So what's with these geriatric rock stars and TV or movie stars who are constantly lecturing the rest of us to get vaccinated all the time? And if we don't do so, we're just evil people who want to kill grandma and grandpa. Well, recent case and example would be Gene Simmons. He was doing an interview and basically Dr. Gene Simmons, he's all in with vaccinations and really can't understand why anybody wouldn't do it. And if they don't do it, they're not obviously good people and they're not welcome to be in or breathe the same air as Gene. How so? Well, he's putting on a KISS cruise. Now, I didn't know there was such a thing, but apparently there is. And if you want to be a participant in the KISS cruise, so essentially spend money to spend time with Gene and company, you have to be double vaccinated and boosted as well. Well, he's not alone. People like Elton John are huge advocates of vaccination and did local public service announcements for it and the like, and recently left Twitter because he didn't like misinformation. Obviously, he hasn't fully researched everything that's all things vaccination or a response to COVID. You got people like Rod Stewart, same thing, has great disdain for people who are not vaccinated. In the acting category, you got people like Robert De Niro, who lamented and raged against people and just basically said the worst things of people who chose to be unvaccinated. And you know what? It got me to thinking, so what drives these people? Well, when I heard the recent story about Robert De Niro and how his townhouse that he was renting was broken into, part of the story said that he was paying $70,000 a month to rent this place. Therein lies the answer, folks. When people are paying $70,000 a month to rent a home, they're not in the same world as you and I. It's not a world we live in. People like Elton John, they spend thousands of dollars on flowers a month. While other people are just worried about putting food on the table. So how did it come to this? What drives these people to feel that basically their shit doesn't stink and that they somehow know more than everybody else? Well, think about it. If you were from a very young age, basically adulated over and held up on a pedestal and people worshiped you, you begin to believe the press. Eventually, you figure that you're right. My shit doesn't stink, man. I'm just an amazing individual, and anything I say should go. In fact, if I'm so successful at the rock music or I'm a great actor, that pretty much says that I can do anything and everything, and I should be able to speak to all things. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. It's especially for actors, if you think about it, you never really know who they are. They're always pretending to be somebody else. The lines are written by someone else. They don't even have the originality to do that. And the people, and when we fall in love with them, it's their characters that we fall in love with, not them. Same thing with music. Music drives us. It creates emotions, feelings. And again, grant you, there's some KISS songs I like. I mean, Rod Stewart, I've liked his music in the past, Elton John, all those people. But again, we differ when it comes to them giving me medical advice or how I should live my life. They don't live in the real world, my friends. They live in a whole different universe. And for them to lecture and comment to me, their opinion means no more than anybody else's, and they shouldn't think of it any different. But all hope is not lost. There are some rock stars, aging rock stars, who've figured it out. People like Eric Clapton, and he had an adverse reaction, and he took a whole different stance with it. Van Morrison, he's got a different approach to it. So not everybody's a Bruce Springsteen, but there is some people that are standouts and that, kind of get it and realize it. Another recent example was Tim Robbins. He went on and did a recent interview where he revealed that he has changed his position, and he basically apologized for the stance he originally took based on ignorance on his part and a lack of willingness to look into things any further. So, like I said, there is some good news out there. Yeah, at the end of the day, you can always throw on one of their old songs, download their music or whatever. But I personally have a hard time now supporting people financially in any way, shape, or form that basically have disdain for me. I think I can find somebody else to support who is, at least doesn't hate me or disregard me or basically think I'm a peon for doing or thinking what I believe. Anyway, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. Please post any comments you have in the comment section. You can also follow me on my Rumble, on my Locals account. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, do so. And if you haven't checked out some of the other videos, do so as well. And I'll see you next time.